Hey y'all, this is Trish with Put Your Health Flaw, and I wanted to reach out to all of my friends with minor children and ask you a question today. And this is a question that is not an easy question to answer and not an easy question to think about. But what if something happened to you today? For example, what if you and your husband were at a date night and a babysitter had your child or children and y'all simply did not come home? Does the babysitter know what to do in those circumstances? Does the babysitter have emergency contact information? Do you have family nearby that can immediately swoop in and take the children? Because unfortunately, what happens in a lot of cases is the babysitter calls the police when she can't get in touch with you, and then the police end up having to call in child protective services. And this can just cause a lot of pain and heartache for your children. It can be very hard for them to even locate your guardians that maybe you put in your wills. And they have to find your will. They have to get in touch with those guardians. The guardians have to be available. And oftentimes we don't live near our family. So it's something that's very important when considering estate planning, is that you have to kind of look at it in a new light, and you want to make sure that your children are protected at all costs and in every way possible. And at Put Your Health Flaw, we offer a kids protection plan through the Personal Family Lawyer group, and through this you have everything in place. And one of the most important things that they do that no other estate attorneys do is they provide temporary guardians, and they make sure that you give a form to every caretaker that has all of your baby's information on that form, who to call, who to contact, and tells them specifically, don't reach out to the police until our child is in the custody of these people that we'd like them to be in custody with. So with the kids protection plan, you get ID cards with all of the contact information saying that you have minor children that will go in both you and your husband's wallet. And then you also get, you fill out a temporary guardian plan. And what's important about that is you're not just listing one. At any given time, someone may not be available. So you want to make sure that you have backup as well. So for example, for Max, for my son, I have my mom, and then I have my sister, and then I have my sister-in-law, and then I have my dad. I want to make sure that all of my bases are covered, and I'm lucky that I live that close to so many of my family. But oftentimes a lot of people don't. So this could be a really close personal friend. It just would need to be anybody that was close by that could swoop in case of emergency. It also provides healthcare directives for minor children. It provides power of attorney for minor children. It provides long-term guardians and instructions to those long-term guardians. And again, it's not just the one guardian that you're listing. So, for example, my sister and her husband would be our guardians, our long-term guardians for our son Max. But you have to think about, what if something happened to them or one of them? Unfortunately, family accidents happen all the time, and you don't want to think about it, but you have to. And if you don't have any type of estate planning in place, not even a will or anything like that, the state actually gets to decide who takes your children. So for example, say the mom has 3 siblings, and on paper, one sibling seems to be the much better option, more financially stable, has children. But you as the mother may not want that sister to have your children for whatever reason that may be. And so it becomes really, really important to make sure that you have these documents in place and that your children are protected no matter what, because none of us like to think about it or, what could happen if something happened to us. But it is something that we do have to think about, especially for our children. So I hope that this was educational for some of y'all, and please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. We do work with all types of families with minor children, and it's just one of the most important things you can do for your loved ones. So I hope that everyone is doing great and keeping nice and safe during this crazy time of COVID-19. And I hope to hear from some of y'all soon. Have a good one. Bye.